Good morning, everybody. My name is Danielle Schneider. I am the Western Michigan chair of the WiM chapter here. I'd like to welcome you all to our virtual plant tour with Specialty Manufacturing. They are a custom silicone product manufacturer. They are a family-owned, operated, and led for over the past 40 years. And today with us, we have Christy Weekman from Specialty Manufacturing. A little
Hello, everyone. Good morning.
And then hold on, 3 more people. Sorry. No. We are recording this tour here, so it will be available in the virtual library of WiM's on the website. And easiest way to view items is up in the upper right-hand corner in the view by either the standard or the speaker view or the side-by-side, whichever you guys prefer. But that's one thing I'd like to open. And again, I'll say that this is being recorded. And then also, if you have any questions that pop up during the tour or Christy's presentation here, feel free to send them to myself or everyone in the chat, and we will get you an answer at the end of the tour. And then also at the end of the tour, you guys can unmute and ask questions at that time as well. So I will pass it over to Christy.
Good morning, everyone. Just wanted to get my screen up so I know you can see me. Great. As Danielle has said, we are Specialty Manufacturing. We are known as SMI to our customers and vendors. We have been in business for 42 years. My mom and my stepdad started the business. They saw a need for small run silicone products. They both worked for Dow Corning at the time. And a lot of jobs were being passed over because the volume was not there. And there were some great devices, and that's how we found our niche and what we have today. So we are located in Saginaw, Michigan. We are a private, small, woman-owned business. Our family comprises a lot of our business. It is my mom, my sister, and I, and my 2 sons also work within the business. We have a great team that you'll get to meet today. And so we started our business creating like a clear bladder. We were checking for cracks in airplane engines, and they didn't need a lot of them. So we started really making 5 and 10 units at a time. And then today we make anywhere from small runs to large runs. Some of our products, we ship 40, 50,000 a month. So I would call that a medium run. And sometimes we make 1 unit for a customer. So we're known as a contract manufacturer with the FDA. We're ISO certified. We make custom engineered silicone products, as was mentioned earlier. And for the medical and lighting industry is the biggest portion of our business. So we would love to walk you through today our specialties that we focus on here. We'll walk you through the plant, but injection molding and overmolding of silicone onto plastic and metal pieces. We offer assembly. We do a large variety of silicone sheeting that can be used in anything from providing a sterile surface in the operating room to punching gaskets that might create a seal. One of our seals goes in the lid of a milk container when the milk is being transported. We do a lot of fun stuff. So our molding shot size capacity is very, very small, up to about the size of a small bowling ball. And we'll walk you through that equipment today. So I'm going to start just with a quick overview of our silicones, because I don't know how many of you are familiar with silicones. We offer 3 types of silicones in our facility. I'm going to walk around here. We offer what is known as a dispersion. It is a pourable silicone, and we dip into it, and it's very flowable. And that's a dispersion. Then we offer a liquid silicone rubber. It is like a peanut butter. If it sticks to you, it doesn't like to come off. I put 2 colors out here. Silicone normally comes in a very natural color, but we
Christy?
Yes.
Quick, the iPad is not showing. Sorry.
Okay, Kane, I see it on my screen. They've lost you.
Oh, I see it now. Sorry.
Okay, do you have it? Okay, I was gonna say, I see you on my screen, so I was hoping it was there. Okay, did everyone see the dispersion? But I can just show it again real quick. Kane, you wanna zoom
There
in
we go.
just a little?
I fixed it. Sorry.
Okay.
Keep moving.
This is the dispersion. And then these are the liquid silicones. It's very tacky. It's like a peanut butter. We add colorants as the customers need them. Yellows, blacks, blues, greens, any color, sometimes flesh colored. And our last type of silicone is a gum stock. It's like silly putty. And you can see as it's really quite hard. So those are the 3 types of silicones that we use. I will say the majority of our parts are clear in nature. And then sometimes though the colorants go in, a lot of reasons it's for cosmetic, but it can also be so that it picks up the product under an X-ray. If the product is in the body and you need to know where that product is at, you can add in additives so that it reflects in that X-ray. So let's start this tour and get going. Our first stop is at our shuttle molding operation. So this is going to be for a medium volume for us. And we have Sean here molding for us. Good morning, Sean. So Sean is running an insert, so an injection over mold product. He is responsible for removing the sprue and pulling his parts out of his tool. And then he inspects them for visual imperfections. Sometimes the parts can pick up a metal piece that has maybe come off the raw metal when we were injecting the silicone, or sometimes there can be particulate inside the silicone. So when Sean's looking for those, he's checking his quality. So we'll watch him for a minute here. Right now he's removing the excess sprue where the silicone leads into the tool. For those of you, most everyone in manufacturing probably knows injection molding, but I'll go through it real quick. The silicone is a 2-part silicone, and we have a mixer operation right here. I'll show you another one in our tour that's a little easier to see. But our silicone, we mix part A and part B. They will not cure until we get to that point. So they are a 1-to-1 ratio for us. And then with the addition of heat, it will cure. So I'm going to put on my mask here so I can go a little closer to Sean. Okay, so we'll see this a number of times, but I just thought I would explain how this works. Our silicone comes down. I'm sorry. Did I bump it? Sorry. Our silicone comes down, enters the tool. Can you see, Kane? Okay. And then with the addition of heat, I'm sorry, with the addition of heat, our parts will cure. So we'll just watch Sean for a quick minute here. Can you guys hear me with my mask on? Okay, thank you. So what we are trying to do here as we watch Sean, we have 2 stations. We have just put in a new station next to Sean, and we are automating his process. Due to labor shortages and higher demand, we are going to have this system move into a robotic cell. So here, good morning, Trevor, Dan. This is Trevor and Dan. They're with our engineering team this morning, and they're setting up the cell and we're getting it validated. What's happening here? Would you like to walk us through the process, Trevor? Yeah. Okay, there's your microphone.
All right.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, so the robot's picking and placing parts. I don't know if you want to come closer with the bowl. This is the first part over here, Kane. So the bowl will vibrate every part and orient it for the correct position for the robot to place. The robot will go and pick each part individually and set them in the mold, which is what it's doing right now. After it does that, it actually will reset the light curtain and allow the injection molding machine to open and close. So it does slow us down a little bit going one by one, but we ensure that there are parts getting in the position every time. Now, try not to get ahead of myself. The table shuttles, gets the finished parts out. The robot picks the sprue, brings it down to a sensor to verify it's out, places it, and it'll pick the good part. Now, the next step is putting it in a camera. The camera will look at every hole to make sure everything is in spec and that we have filled the part properly. Now it drops it in a tote for more quality to check out.
Excellent. Thank you, Trevor. So, as most industries are doing, we are trying to put robotics into place where we can. All of our tooling, because we are a custom manufacturer, we are a component manufacturer. And so our tooling is owned by our customers. We can help them. We can build the tool at a tool shop that we use, or they can supply their tools. Dan here does most of our tooling needs. So he's working with Trevor. Trevor's in charge of the robot. Dan's in charge of his tools. And so we'll have this cell up and running. As soon as our validation is approved, we will be moving along on that. So I'm going to move right into our next area. Thank you both. Good morning, April. April is doing just a straight injection mold, and I'll step out of the way. As you can see, she has a tool that opens and closes. And so, April, what is your responsibility today?
Well, when I remove the parts from the machine, I make sure that I get all silicone that's left on the mold so I do not get it incomplete on my next shot.
Okay.
And once I remove the part, I remove the extra sprues that are left on it.
Okay.
Then I make sure there's no extra flash around the outer edges. And then I check for embedded particulate, air, incompletes, and then I'm done with it.
Very nice. Thank you. So today, April is running an optically clear part, and This type of a part can be used many different ways. During surgeries, they can go on cameras that go inside the body. They can go to be a light cover in the operating room. They can be a light cover outside of a medical arena. It just, whenever the customer is wanting to see through their part very clearly, our part is usually a protector of some sort. So
Christy?
as we move, yes.
Could you pick up one of the parts and show on the screen the part itself?
So I'm going to get to a different one. This
Okay,
customer
that's fine.
doesn't let me show, but I've got some coming
Okay.
up. I gladly will do
Perfect.
that. Okay.
Nope, that's perfectly fine. Thank you.
So as we look around our facility, this is our largest piece of equipment. This machine can run up to the size of a bowling ball. So most of the product that runs in this machine is of a non-medical nature. We don't need a lot of medical devices the size of bowling balls. But this gives us the capacity sometimes for a protective cover, whether it's going on top of a holding tank, if they want to use it as a gasket to seal, and they need something large, we do that on this machine here. And then if you notice the machine here that I'm going to approach, our machines get smaller as our parts get smaller, which I'm assuming a lot of you already know. Good morning, Sam. So Sam is doing an insert molding today, and it's very microscopic. So he has some fun little eyepiece apparatus on his head. And so this mold is not able to be hard mounted yet. As we go into volume, maybe it will. So he's actually picking up his insert and placing it into his tool. And as he goes through, then he will close his mold, and the machine will push the silicone around that insert. So we'll just watch him for a quick minute and then we'll move on. We'll see here. So he'll close his mold manually. And this goes to show the different types of parts that we do. Some of them are very large, some of them are very small. And then he'll load it in, and the silicone will inject from the machine. Thank you, Sam. On our plant floor, we are known for our quality. We take a lot of measurements. It's very critical to our customers. They lay out what we need to measure. And so I'm going to talk about silicone just a little bit more. Our silicones come in two parts, which I've explained, but this is a little easier to see. Our A and B mix, and then they go through the lines to where they're needed. So that's just a short stop in that area. Good morning, Vicki. So Vicki's just running another injection molded part. It's clear in nature. So we're gonna move on to one that's a little easier to see, but it's the same option as what we've been seeing at the other machines. We do have, I was talking a little bit, Kane, I'm just gonna open this door. If you can just stay there. Good morning, Jim. As I was talking about silicone sheeting, this comes through a line. It's basically just a sheet of silicone. I'm gonna peel it here just to show you. And you can see the silicone. We have die cutting capabilities. They can run in line. It comes out of the oven where it's cured and slits it. So just a quick stop there. It doesn't run very fast, so it's not real fun to watch. Morning, Todd. So these two machines over here generally run our colored options. Kane's gonna go on the other side. We are running a large cavitation mold for us and with an automated sprue picker. Nothing real fancy, but I'd like to let you guys see this because they're yellow and you can see the parts. So Kane, that should open real quick. They blow out and the sprue just removes. So we have, it just depends on what the customer is looking for and when we build the cavitation. So as our machines get smaller, like I said, we make smaller parts. We're going to go into our micro molding room. Good morning, Jacob. How are you? Good. Jacob predominantly runs over molds, and he's doing kind of what you saw Sam doing. They will introduce their metal piece into their mold and shoot the silicone around it. So Jacob, what are you looking for right there?
So pretty much on all of our parts, we look for lots of defects, things of like embedded particulates, incomplete fills, just maybe dings on the part, depending on if it's a metal part or all silicone part, just lots of stuff like that, air bubbles, things of that nature. So that's kind of the majority of the predominant things that we look for.
Okay, and are the majority of your molds, you take them in and out?
Yeah.
You don't hard mount them?
Yeah, no, we
Okay.
only have really in this room, a couple molds that are hard mounted that we don't really run that often.
So you can get your inserts in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So pretty much like on this one, it's an all silicone part. I
Okay.
just finished earlier today, actually, a job that we were injecting silicone onto a metal substrate. So this
Okay.
one particularly is just an all silicone part that we disassemble. So like for instance, right now, I'm just gonna take the top off of the mold. And then I'm just gonna disassemble it. This is my lifter with my pins on it, and I'm removing any silicone flash, stuff like that.
Silicone likes to flash out, doesn't it?
Yeah. They become really flashy. So
It looks like peanut butter, but it turns into like water.
yeah, it just really expands anywhere. So and then we have our controls over on the machine that we like to use to change one of our settings to try and control some of that flash and things like that.
Very nice. Thank you, Jacob. It was nice seeing you. Yes. Okay, so I have a little bit of a walk to our next location. We're going to go in and we're going to look at, oops, hold on just a second, guys. Sorry. We're going to go into our clean areas and our assembly rooms. Once our parts are molded, they most all require assembly of some type, deflashing, cleaning, packaging, a lot of measuring. As I said before, I'd like to just stop and introduce Kayla. Good morning, Kayla. Kayla is our quality engineer. Kayla does all of our validations. And what are you doing right now?
Release to production for Dave.
Okay, so every time we start up a job, we have a release to production. The parts get measured.
Yep, visually inspected and measured.
Nice. Okay, well, thank you. It was nice meeting you. So when Kayla lets those go to production, we know that they're in spec and they're running according to specification. We're going to enter here. So this is where all the deflashing and cleaning happens. We have a couple rooms here. We're going to start with the cleaning and then we'll move into the packaging. So in this room, sorry, Kane, we can wash here and you can span over here. So our products, depending on what they are, you can come right up to this one, Kane. This is just a general silicone tubing. We make all different sizes. A lot of hospitals use them where they need a line. They can be a drain. They can be all different things. Maybe in place of a latex. It depends on what their customer's looking for. But all of our products get washed. We have fume hoods to keep, we just use a basic isopropyl alcohol, and it cleans the parts, washes the excess silicone off of them. So we'll go over and talk to Chelsea. Good morning, Chelsea. What are you doing today?
I am inspecting some sheeting.
Okay.
And when I do that, I'm just looking for embedded particulate and air bubbles, if there's any bad cuts, or taking measurements to make sure everything is in spec.
Nice.
How thick is that piece?
This one is 10 thousandths.
Oh, okay. So not too thin.
No.
Nice. Okay,
Yeah.
good. And you just do those to whatever size the customer's asking for?
Yeah, 12 by 12 is pretty general, but we have a lot of different sizes that we do package. So.
Very nice. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And we'll walk through here. So I have to make a small stop because we're coming up to my mom. Can you turn around here and say, this is my mom, Kathy. She's the reason we're all here today. So you're inspecting product today? Yes. Yes. So Kathy chooses to spend most of her time in our quality department on the plant floor. She works in the back. This is what she's done her whole life, and she chooses to stay back here and make sure that our quality is excellent. I am going to circle back to you towards the end of my tour. Okay, thank you. Good morning, Heather. So Kane, you have to stay back just a little on this one. But Heather, what are you doing today?
So today I am removing the flash off of my product and looking for any visual defects
Nice.
under 1x microscope.
So I think you're working on what Sam was making.
Exactly.
And so do you check to make sure the little metal pieces are in there?
Yes.
Yes, nice. So a lot of our work is hand because the products are either very small where we cannot automate them, or flimsy. And so you'll see the ladies using a number of brushes, tweezers, other things to get the excess silicone off. So let's go down here. Good morning, Kim. What are you well, let's not say what you're working on today, but you're removing flash.
Yep, just deflashing the excess flash.
And I
from my
see
front.
instead of a brush, you have like a razor blade.
I do use a razor blade, but I also have my brushes.
Yes.
A couple different brushes.
Sometimes that silicone really likes to sit.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, thank you. So as you can see, we do a number of hand working items. I have a product down here. Good morning, Annette. I have a product down here that I'd like to show you guys. I'm allowed to show this. So, Kane, can you get that picture in? So what Kane has here, you can see our products. What we manufacture the white portion and the green portion. And this product actually has a small hole going all the way through it, which allows the product to work in the way that the customer designed it to work. Thank you, Kane. And they're very flimsy. So I wanted to show you, just one second. Okay, so Kane, maybe over, let me get over Annette's tray here. So you can see the product is very flimsy. Silicone is very soft. It bends in half. It's very soft and cushy. Okay, So let me get so I can stay on task here with everyone. So in this room, we deflash, we package, we make sure all the parts are clean. Some of our parts go off to be sterilized. Some of our parts, most of our parts go off to be put into another next assembly because these are mostly components. And we do everything from extruded sticks that can be cut to length, 4-inch, 8-inch, 6-inch, whatever our customer's requiring. But everything comes through this area. So as it leaves this area, we do have a few other capabilities. I'm not going to show them today, but sometimes our customers come to us and just ask us if we could just assemble something, maybe not out of silicone. So we have some assembly areas. Let's say they wanted a part that goes with their silicone part, and it does not have any silicone on it. We can assemble those. We can bore, we can chamfer, we can just package. Depends on just all the needs of our customers and what they have. So when we are done, everything comes through a strict quality control throughout the whole facility, but it will come in here. Good morning, Jennifer. Good morning. What are you doing today?
Right now, I'm pulling orders for a customer.
Great. Can we see what you do? Like what are you checked for?
Actually, it's already been billed. It's inventory.
Okay, so do you check for, do you inspect for like thickness or color or irregularities?
I check for length.
You can come right up here, Kane.
I check for the length, the width with a ruler.
Okay, I don't know if our plant or our tour can see that because it's a little, but so you're just getting those ready to go out.
Yeah, and then I do a micrometer for the thickness.
Okay,
make sure everything's in spec.
and I see you have a lot of measuring devices over here.
Got our manual visual system.
Okay.
Vision system, and then we have the automatic.
Oh, so you run a program and it measures what it's supposed to?
Yeah.
I understand. Very nice. I see you have some other products over here, some rolled sheeting.
Yes.
Okay, that's pretty. I'll show this because it's blue. It'll show up on our video. Thank you.
Yes.
So all the products throughout the facility end up here. And once they pass quality control, Jennifer or the other inspectors, they will pull an AQL mill sample. Our customers usually determine that. And then we, once it passes, we can package them up and ship them. So, quick shipping area, everything comes through, gets packaged, and then goes back out into our shipping bay. So that is the end of my tour. I think I might be a little bit ahead of schedule. Let me see, I'd just like to walk out here into a quiet area and we'll see if we have any questions or if anyone would like me to go back to an area.
Christy, the one question that I've gotten during your tour here is on the robot cell that you guys are automating.
Yes.
Do you guys use one sensor to verify it's out of the mold and another to verify that there's no defects?
Yes, we have a lot of sensors. So we have sensors to make sure that the metal is seated properly in the tool. We have sensors to make sure the parts have all left the tool. And then we have cameras to make sure that the part is what it's supposed to be and that they all made it out of the tool. So we kind of have double protection at that point.
That's the only question that I've gotten in the text. Does anybody want to unmute and ask Christy a question?
Or if you'd like to see something again, I can walk back to those.
I see a few more questions coming in on the
Oh,
chat, Danielle.
There we go. Yep. So next question is, with the silicone that's detected, defected, sorry, are you able to reuse it at all?
We are not. We are constantly looking for ways on some of our silicone sheeting and tubing where there's no metal or plastic substrates. We have tried to get people to chop them up and use them on playgrounds. Right now, there's not. So that's a very big goal within our facility, is a low reject rate, because we cannot do anything with it right now. If anyone has ideas or knows of something, I would love to hear them.
And then also with that, with everything going on in the world, have you guys incurred any problems getting your raw material or any supplier chain disruptions?
Definitely. That's something that we have worked hard during the COVID. We have definitely increased all of our inventories on silicones, and we are ordering way in advance just to protect that we don't go down for any reason. But yes, we've had to do that across the board on all of our inventories.
Next question we had was, you did say it was a lower scrap rate, but do you have a percentage for a scrap rate?
Yes, so we run overall in a facility about a 2.5% scrap rate. When we talk to our customers, sometimes we have agreements with them. We have to be under 5%. We have to be under 4%. So that's a constant, continuing improvement item for us.
And then did anybody else have a question? Those were the ones from the chat. Oh, here we go. Besides like the medical that you've mentioned a few times, are there any other industries that you are looking to enter to broaden your horizons?
Yes, so we've had the creation of the optically clear silicones has really made a big forward trajectory in the last few years. So our newer market is the lighting industry. We also supply the veterinarian industry. A lot of people, I mean, we love our animals, and we've seen a lot of new devices being manufactured in the veterinarian industry. So those are the two newer areas that we're supplying.
And then another question was, what type of school partnerships do you have to recruit new talent?
So that's something that we have put on hold during COVID, but what we're hoping to get back into the schools, we have manufacturing slide deck talking about kids. We try to get into the middle school years. We host manufacturing day where the middle schoolers get to come through our facility. They get to watch the robots. They get to pick up parts and try to deflash them. They get to use microscopes. And then we have slide decks showing how you can build a career in the manufacturing industry. There's been a lot of worry about work and worker shortage. And so our new series that we haven't put out yet, but we're super excited that we're working on, is a day in the life. And some of the operators you met today have, they're putting together just short videos of what they do in a day and how they've built a career. A lot of our employees have been here for such a long time, and that's what we're trying to get out to the kids. You can build a manufacturing career. Sometimes you don't need to go to college. Most times you don't. You can build that career, or once you get in the career, then you can build, maybe go back for a 2-year degree while you're still working and move up within the company. So we try to get in front of the kids and show them that manufacturing is a great opportunity for a career.
Any other questions from anybody?
Well, I would just like to thank everyone for walking through part of our facility today. I hope you liked what you saw and that it was interesting to you. So thank you for joining us, everyone.
Christy, we'd like to thank you as WiM. It's been an honor to have a virtual tour finally come through for all of our chapters. And I think this was great. And I really liked seeing that your top management of your mom in the quality department, showing her passion for what she does.
Yes, she loves it. That's why she was so thankful we joined the company so we could handle the business side, and she got to stay where she was loving what she was doing.
Awesome. Well, if no more questions, we will close it out here, and thank you everybody for joining us today. And again, we will have this recorded and it's will be available for all WiM members.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Bye-bye.
Have a great day, everybody.